of honors level. This is Rajiv Roy, lecturer of the Department of English at Dhaka College. I would like to invite all of you to my today's lecture on right forms of verb. Actually, before this class, I conducted 2 more classes on right forms of verb, and I could cover 14 rules and regulations of right forms of verb. That means I completed 14 rules and regulations of right forms of verb. I would like to provide you with some more information or rules and regulations regarding right form of verb today. So my dear students, let us not waste a single second. Let us start with another rule. Okay. Today we will totally focus on conditional sentence. Conditional sentence is an important segment under right forms of verb. Okay. So dear students, today it is our turn to learn the ins and outs of conditional sentence. Conditional sentence is important in right forms of verb. Conditional sentence, if you learn conditional sentence effectively, if you know the rules of using conditional sentences effectively, I'm sure you will be able to make some good examples in your writing side also. So conditional sentence is not only important for grammatical basement but also important for your effective writing. Okay. So dear students, let us learn conditional sentence. Okay. Dear students of honors 4th year belonging to different disciplines of Dhaka College, conditional sentence belongs to complex sentence. That means conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence. So what is the definition that we need to know right now? What is conditional sentence? Okay, conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence. Conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence with the help of some conjunctions. Conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence with the use of some conjunctions, such as if, in case, provided that, providing that, even had. So conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence with the use of some specific conjunctions. Okay, they are if, in case, providing that, provided that, had. Clear to you? I am going to write down the definition of conditional sentence on the whiteboard, and if you need, you can write down. Okay. Conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence with the use of following conjunction. Sorry. So dear students, conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence with the help of following conjunctions. This is important. This is really important. Conditional sentence must require some conjunctions. Okay, and the conjunctions are if, in case, providing that, provided that, had. Had is actually a verb. Okay. So if you get the use of these conjunctions in complex sentence, This complex sentence will be termed as conditional sentence. So my dear students, up to this part we have come to know that conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence, and in this complex sentence definitely you will get the use of these conjunctions. So my dear students, now we need to know what a complex sentence is. I have told you that conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence, Now we need to know what a complex sentence is. Conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence. Now we need to know what a complex sentence is. A complex sentence is such a sentence which is with one principal clause and one subordinate clause. So complex sentence consists of one principal clause and one subordinate clause. My dear students, I'm going to repeat. Conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence. A complex sentence is such a sentence which consists of one principal clause and one subordinate clause. One principal clause and one subordinate clause. Okay. I'd like to give an example of a complex sentence. Okay. A normal complex sentence. I said that I would go. I said that I would go. Dear students, this is a sentence, okay? And in this sentence, there are actually two parts. I said is the first part, and that I would go is the second part, okay? I said is the first part, and that I would go is the second part used in the sentence, okay? And in this part, I said is a part of this sentence, and this part has one subject and one finite verb. Okay, dear students, I said is the first part, and that I would go is the second part of the sentence, and in this part we have one subject and one finite verb. Okay, and in this part we have one subject and one finite verb. A clause is a part of a sentence with one subject and one finite verb. This is why I can say I said is a clause. That I would go is another clause used in this sentence. So in this sentence we have got two clauses. The first clause is I said, and the second clause is that I would go. The first clause, I said, is able to express its meaning. The first part, I said, is able to express its meaning without the help of the second part. That's why I can say the first clause is independent. This is called independent clause, okay? Look at the second part, that I would go. This is such a part which is unable to express its meaning without the help of I said. That's why I can say that I would go is a subordinate clause. Okay, dear students, in subordinate clause there must be the use of one conjunction. Okay, so in this sentence we have two clauses. One is independent clause and another is dependent clause. Independent clause is called principal clause and dependent clause is called subordinate clause. So in a complex sentence we usually get one principal clause and one subordinate clause. Is it clear to you? I think it's clear to you. A complex sentence consists of one principal clause and one subordinate clause, and in subordinate clause there must be the use of a conjunction. So a complex sentence is one kind of a conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence, and in this complex sentence you are going to get one principal clause and one subordinate clause. A complex sentence consists of one principal clause and one subordinate clause. As conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence, that's why we can say a conditional sentence consists of one principal clause and one subordinate clause. And in this subordinate clause, these conjunctions will be used. Yes, students, these conjunctions will be used. So, up to this part, we have been able to understand that a conditional sentence consists of one principal clause and one subordinate clause, and in this subordinate clause the following conjunctions will be used. Okay, there are some rules and regulations of using conditional sentence. Conditional sentence, look at the board. I am going to give you an example of a conditional sentence. If you became up and doing, you save yourself. The students, if you became up and doing, you save yourself. What should be the answer? What should be the answer, dear students? Okay, if you became up and doing, you dash yourself. What should be the answer, my dear students? What should be the answer? If you became up and doing, you dash yourself. Look at, this is subordinate clause and this is principal clause. Actually, this is an example. I haven't taught you the rules and regulations related to conditional sentence yet. Actually, I want to make you understand something about the question pattern. Okay, then I will tell you the rules and regulations. Okay, look at here the subordinate clause. Here the subordinate clause is in past indefinite tense. Here the subordinate clause is in past indefinite tense. My dear students, here the subordinate clause is in past indefinite tense. If the subordinate clause is in past indefinite tense, the principal clause must be past conditional. And what is the structure of past conditional? Past condition is actually a name of a tense, and this past conditional is actually the name of a tense, and this tense has a particular structure. And what is the structure? Past conditional maintains the structure like subject, then auxiliary verb, would, could, might, then the base form of the verb will be used. Subject plus would or could or might, and after this auxiliaries, modal auxiliaries, the base form will be used. So what is the answer, dear students? The answer would be, you could save yourself, you might save yourself, or you can say you would save, you could save, you might save. Okay, this is a rule. Okay, and you have already come to know that because of the tense of subordinate clause, a specific tense will be used in principal clause. The tenses that we use in conditional sentence must be related to each other. Okay, so up to this part, my dear students of honors second year of different disciplines of Dhaka College, a conditional sentence is one kind of complex sentence. A complex sentence consists of one principal clause and one subordinate clause. So, a conditional sentence consists of one principal clause and one subordinate clause. And in this subordinate clause, definitely there must be the use of this. There must be the use of some conjunctions like if, in case, providing, provided, providing that, and provided that. Okay. Now, my dear students, let us learn the classification of conditional sentence. I have told you that in each of the conditional sentences, there must be the use of two clauses. One is principal, another is subordinate. In other words, we can say in a conditional sentence, there must be the use of two tenses. Dear students, there must be the use of two tenses. Two clauses means two tense. Two clauses mean two tense. Clear? So, my dear students, let us start the classification of conditional sentence. Conditional sentence is classified into three types. Look at the board. conditional sentences are of three types. Conditional sentences are of three types. Okay. They are: number one, first conditional; number two, second conditional; and number three, third conditional. Okay, look at the board, my dear students. Conditional sentences are of three types. There, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. Dear students of honor second year, look at the board. First conditional, second conditional, third conditional. These are the classifications of conditional sentence. In the meanwhile, I have given you a specific information that each of the conditional sentences must contain two tenses. Each of the conditional sentences must contain two tenses. So I can say in first conditional, two tenses will be used. In second conditional, two tenses will be used. In third conditional, two tenses will be used. In total, there are three rules and regulations, that means three segments of conditional sentence. Each of the conditionals contains two tenses. In total, in these three rules, we need 6 tenses. 2 tenses will be in first conditional, 2 tenses will be in second conditional, 2 tenses will be in third conditional. Okay, the relationship between the tenses of first conditional must be related to each other. That is, the two tenses are fixed for first conditional, another 2 tenses are fixed for second conditional, another 2 tenses are fixed for third conditional. Okay, now first conditional. In first conditional, 2 tenses are used. Okay, what are the tenses that we use in first conditional? Okay, present indefinite and future indefinite. Look at, in first conditional, these 2 tenses are used. There, present indefinite and future indefinite. Dear students, in second conditional, 2 tenses are used. There, past indefinite and past conditional. In third conditional, there are 2 tenses. There, past perfect, then perfect conditional. The students, look at the board. In first conditional, the 2 tenses that we use are present indefinite and future indefinite. In second conditional, the 2 tenses that we need are past indefinite and past conditional. Past conditional has a particular structure. The structure of past conditional is subject plus would or could or might, then the base form of the verb. Okay, third conditional, past perfect plus perfect conditional. Perfect conditional has an individual structure. Perfect conditional has an individual structure. The structure of perfect conditional is subject plus would have, could have, might have, then the past participle form of the main verb. So past conditional and perfect conditional are two new tenses for you. There, past conditional and perfect conditional. Past conditional, subject plus would, could, might, then the base form of the verb. And perfect conditional means subject plus would have, could have, might have, then the past participle form of the verb. Okay? Dear students, have a look. You can write down. These are really important. This will help you in job sector also. In our competitive job sectors, very often questions from conditional sentences are given. Okay? And if you can understand these three conditionals, first conditional, present indefinite, future indefinite. If you get present indefinite, you have to look for future indefinite. If you get future indefinite, you have to look for present indefinite. If you get present past indefinite, you will need past conditional. If you have past conditional, you will need past indefinite. If you have past perfect, you have to look for perfect conditional. If you have perfect conditional, you have to look for past perfect. Okay? Look at the board, dear students. I think you have been able to understand me, and in the meantime you have written the structures in your scripts. Now, my dear students, I'd like to give you some examples. Okay? Look at the board. If I study more, if I study more, my parents will be happy. Look at this is first conditional. Okay? If related tense is in present indefinite, definitely the following tense will be future indefinite. Okay? If I turn this example into second conditional, what would be the example? If past indefinite, it would be past indefinite. If I study or studied, if I studied more, my parents, look at, you need past conditional. If has a tense name past indefinite, look at, past indefinite has relationship with past conditional. So you have to use past conditional tense here. And what is the structure of past conditional? Subject, then you can write would or could or might. If I studied more, my parents would or could or might be happy. Okay? I can turn this example into third conditional, and it would be, if I had studied more, my parents would have or could have or might have, then it would be been. My parents would have been happy, my parents could have been happy, my parents might have been happy. Okay? So, dear students, up to this part we have learned three conditionals: first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. First conditional requires two tenses. They are present indefinite and future indefinite. If you get present indefinite, you will have to use future indefinite. Okay? Second conditional requires two tenses. One is past indefinite and the other is past conditional. If you get past indefinite, you will have to look for past conditional, and in the meantime you have been able to know the structure of past conditional. And the third conditional requires another two tenses. They are past perfect and perfect conditional. Okay? The rules and regulations that are needed for if, are also needed for the conjunctions suitable for conditional sentence. Okay, my dear students, I'd like to give you some more examples for your practice. Look at the board and you are requested to write your answer in the comment box. Okay. These are three specific conditions and these are the examples of three conditions. Okay. First example for you. Okay. The man will face, the man will encounter, the man will encounter an unwanted, the man will encounter an unwanted peril. Peril means danger. Okay, the man will encounter an unwanted peril provided that. Don't get confused with the use of provided that. Provided that has the same meaning. Provided that has the same meaning like if. That means if, in case, provided that, providing that have the same meaning. Okay, so if you get provided that or providing that, try to think that here if is used. Clear to you? The man will encounter an unwanted peril provided that he remain idle. Dear students, what should be the answer? What should be the answer? The man will encounter an unwanted peril provided that he dash idle. In the bracket I have used the verb remain. What should be the answer? The students, what should be the answer? Here, okay, you are requested to write your answer in the comment box. The next example for you. Mother might not bring me a nice gift. Mother might not bring me a nice gift in case. Mother might not bring me a nice gift in case I fail in the exam. Mother might not bring me a nice gift in case I fail in the exam. Okay. Dear students, you are requested to write your answer in the comment box. Okay. Third example. We would have set up a hospital. We would have set a hospital if we have economic solvency. Okay, I have given you three examples, dear students. I have given you three examples and you are requested to write your answer in the comment box. Okay. Okay, I am going to give you some time so that you can write your answer. Dear students of honors second year, look at, in each of the conditionals you need two tenses. Actually I have given you one. Okay, and with the given one, you have to look for the other. Okay, and I have told you the pair of tenses suitable for 3 rules of conditional sentence. Okay, look at. The man will encounter an unwanted peril. This is an example of future indefinite. Okay, in conditional sentence, future indefinite has a relationship with present indefinite. So you need to use present indefinite here. And what should be the answer? Provided that he is a third person singular number. That's why we have to use he remains idle. Okay. Another example for you, mother might not bring. This is an example of past conditional, and past conditional has a relationship with past indefinite. So you have to use past indefinite here. And what should be the answer? It's fail. Mother might not bring me a nice gift in case I failed in the exam. This is an example of past conditional, and with past conditional, relationship is with past indefinite. You have to use I failed in the exam. Okay. And the third example, we would have set up a hospital. This is an example of perfect conditional. Dear students, this is an example of perfect conditional. Which tense has a relationship with perfect conditional? Do you know? Past perfect has a relationship with perfect conditional in conditional sentence. Okay, so we have perfect conditional here, and in order to complete the example, we have to use past perfect tense. Okay, what is the structure of past perfect tense? Subject, then auxiliary verb had, subject, then auxiliary verb had, then past participle form. Past participle form of the main verb. Subject, then had, then past participle form of the main verb. Okay. So here we have the subject, then we have to look for auxiliary verb had. This is the auxiliary had, dear students. This is auxiliary had. And after auxiliary had, we have to use past participle form of the verb. And what is the main verb here? The main verb is have. And what is the past participle form of have? The past participle form of have is had. So it would be had. Okay? It would be had. Clear to you? If we had economic solvency here, this first had is the auxiliary verb. And this had is the past participle form of the main verb. Is it clear to you? Some of you have written only one had. If you write one had, it would be past indefinite. Okay. You have to use the past participle form of the verb. And what is the main verb here? The main verb is have. And what is the past participle of have? It is had. So it would be had. Okay. If you face any problem, please write in the comment box and I will tell you the answer. Okay. Another example for you. Students, up to this part, I think you are trying your level best to get me, and I'm sure you have been able to learn some basics about first conditional, second conditional and third conditional. In first conditional, there are two tenses, present indefinite and future indefinite. In second conditional, we need another two tenses, past indefinite and past conditional. And in third conditional, we need another two tenses, and there past perfect and perfect conditional. Okay. If you get present indefinite, you will need future indefinite. If you get future indefinite, you will need present indefinite. In second conditional, if you get past indefinite, you will have to look for past conditional. If you get past conditional, you will have to look for past indefinite. If you in third conditional, if you get past perfect, you will have to use perfect conditional. If you get perfect conditional, you will have to use past perfect. Clear to you? Another example, and this is the last example for today. Okay, look at. the minister, okay, if the minister had taken some prompt initiatives, if the minister has taken had taken some prompt initiatives, the people of that area be happy. What should be the answer, my dear students? What should be the answer? If the minister had taken some prompt initiatives, the people of that area be happy. What should be the answer? What should be the answer, my dear students? What should be the answer? Okay, this is an example of past perfect tense. My dear students of honors second year, listen to what I said. Actually, in conditional sentence, two tenses are used. Actually, one tense will be given, okay, and you have to look for another tense with the tense that is given to you, okay. And I have already told you the relationship between tenses of three conditionals, okay. This is an example of past perfect tense, and you have to use perfect conditional. And what is the structure of perfect conditional? Past perfect has a relationship with perfect conditional in conditional sentence. Here you have got past perfect and you have to use perfect conditional. And what is the structure of perfect conditional? In perfect conditional, you have to take the subject. And what is the subject? The people of that area. The people is the subject. Then you have to take would have, could have, might have. You have to use would have or could have or might have. You can use any of these three, would have, could have, might have, and after this would have, could have, might have, you have to use past participle form of the verb. And what is the past participle form of the verb? The main verb is be. What is the past participle form of be? The past participle form of be is been. The answer may be would have been, could have been, might have been. Dear students, I believe that you have got some knowledge regarding first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. These three conditionals are really helpful in the segment of right forms of verb. Okay. If you face any problem, you can write in the comment box. I will give you the answer after the class is over. Today I will not talk anymore. In next week, that is in our next Sunday, we will have another class with a new topic. Okay. So my dear students, thank you for being with me. I'd like to invite you to my next class that will be held on next Sunday. Till then, stay safe and blessed. Thank you. Goodbye.